Hi everybody. I'm here today in my crafty space, and I was just working on a few more little things for the craft fair that I'm doing next weekend, my first one. So I thought that I would come to you today with a few thoughts. This room that I'm in right now is also my daughter's bedroom, and it is also my almost living room. As you can see, I have a couch, and that is her bed that she decided to put her shoe on. And then her toys are over there, and my crafty corner starts here. So I have two shelves and this very messy table that I'm, currently working off of. These are my boxes of scraps. I'm doing stuff with scraps. And our kitchen needs some work still, and the upstairs we're still working on. And we have some buildings outside, including my shop, that needs to be finished. But we're making it home. You know, this is our home, and this is where we're raising our children, and this is where we're raising a little farm, and it's home for us. That definition has wavered over the course of my lifetime. It used to be, and still is in my heart, my grandmother's house in the town that I grew up in, which is still in the family. She rents it out now. She lived there my whole childhood before she moved out to the coast. And my father had lived there on and off. I had lived there on and off. My father died there. So it's still a real big part of who I am. And where my grandmother lives now out on the coast is a really big part of who I am. You know, that's also home to me. When I was in high school, I took an English class. It was a writing class. And we did a lot of really great exercises, and I became good friends with my English teacher. And she had given me the names of some of the books that we had done exercises from, so I went out and I bought them. And one of my favorite books is a book called Writing Toward Home. And one of the exercises in it is about home and where home is to you and who home is to you right now and for the rest of my life. I'm sure home is where my children are. Now that I'm a mother, home is them. They are my home. And this house, this farmhouse that we're building together, this is our home. The little house I grew up in for a long time, that was always the home I looked back on, but I moved on from that. And my grandmother's house there's still a big part in my heart where that is still home in my memories. But I'm moving on from that too, now that I've moved 800 miles from where I come from. So I revisit this exercise every so often. And, when I write about home and about what it means and about where I am at that point and where my home is at that point in my life, and what feels home. Where are you grounded? What grounds you? Where are your roots? For a mother, they're in her children. Those are the roots. Those are the roots that you have planted, and they are branching out, and they are growing, and they are finding their own path. That's your home. When you work on a piece of art, I'm sure you have something in your collection that you did when the mindset you were in was home. And that mindset, every piece you've done, you look at it and you remember where you were in your mind at that time. Take that piece back out and look at it and admire it for a minute and bring yourself back to then And then do something now, even if it's not today. Even if today you can't get in that mindset. But keep it in the back of your mind for when you can get in the mindset of your home today, you know? And make yourself something for that, for today, for who you are now. And always remember who you were then. Bring out the things that mean the most to you now, bring out the color and the design, or do an actual picture, an actual painting, an actual collage of your home now, of where you are now, of what is home to you. Maybe it's a chair. Maybe it's a tree outside. I know that at my grandmother's house, they just recently cut down a maple tree that meant so much to me, even though I knew it had to be done. It's just a change. Something changed there. The neighbors we had there my whole life recently sold their house, which affected me. And I don't know why. I'm 800 miles from that place now. But it affected me, and that's a change. A part of me inside changed when all those things happened. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's going forward. Everybody goes forward. But, we all still need to be grounded somehow. I don't care how much you tell me that you are a gypsy and there is no home for you and there is no roots for you. There is a thought that you come to all the time that gives you the feeling inside that you're home, no matter what. And you don't have to admit it to anybody, not even yourself. But someday you will. And when that day comes, write about it. Draw it out. Paint it out. Glue something down. Bring it out of yourself. Find your home. And really think about it. I revisited this topic recently. And that's what brought me to this. Whenever I make one of these videos, it's an idea that comes to me, but I don't make the video right away. I wait to let that idea resonate. So this is an idea that's been in my head for about a week. So I decided to share it. Let the idea resonate in your head for a week. Home. Where do I belong? Where am I most comfortable? Who makes me most comfortable? Doing what makes me most comfortable? Maybe it's your job. Maybe it's the place you hang out. Maybe it's your friends or your family or your dogs or a park. Maybe nature. Maybe you have a spot in the back of your house, a garden that puts you home. Really think about it and sleep on it. And bring yourself back. Take all that noise in your life and everybody's crazy antics and silence them for 5 minutes and bring yourself home. Use it as a meditative exercise. Use it as a new piece and learn who you are from it and learn where you are right now and visit this topic every so often. And I'm not going to tell you a time frame because only you can know that time frame. For me, it's been like 10 years since I've visited this. It's been a long time and a lot in my life has changed. And a lot of who I am has changed. And my home, my babies, and, my little farm. This is all completely different to me. But it felt so good to revisit that, to revisit where I am now, and to think about where I was the last time I brought myself home. So you should definitely stop and think for 5 minutes about home. And then let that thought roll in your brain over and over until it comes out. Okay? So that's really all that I have for you today. I had 5 quiet minutes. So I thought that I would do this because I've tried to do this video twice. But between phone calls and children over the last few days, it didn't really work out. But that's what's been on my mind. So that's what's been on my mind to share. And I hope that you find it helpful. And I will talk to you all soon. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Ta-ta for now.